So let's get down to Tangerine.
So obviously we've been talking about Tangerine for a while now, and if you don't know what the central sort of engineering concept is behind it, is that it's filmed and directed on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting way to sort of bring about your film. I mean, do you think it worked, essentially? I think that's the first thing.
I think it did. It's kind of similar to, Xavier Dolan's Mummy. Now how that's a 1-to-1 aspect ratio.
We still have to see that.
Yeah, but it's kind of it's at the first 15-20 it's a bit weird, but once you get into it, I think it's fine. I thought it was fine.
I had no problem with that at all. I think actually they compensated for the iPhone by doing some really incredible shots. There's a lot of swooping shots that it's obviously on sort of mini Steadicam job, and I think there's some really interesting shots. To be honest, I forgot it was on an iPhone because just everything else is
the only times
so good.
The only times it was memorable was when it works, but you can definitely tell is when there's a lot of was it Cinderella, Cinderella, when she gets the fish, when she gets her and drags her across the street and the swooping, when it just goes. When it swoops everywhere, and you wouldn't get that on a stick.
There was some, so it was a bit poor lighting, I thought, in some of the scenes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's.
I think for an iPhone, I'm not going to gripe with it really.
But I think it kind of works in its own way, because it's trying to get that kind of gritty, setting and an underbelly that you never really see.
Yeah. But in my stupid mind, I thought that it was literally a guy kamikaze in it with an iPhone. I didn't actually know you could buy lenses for iPhones, which is pretty incredible when you think about it, given how far phones have come. But yeah, it's Tangerine. It's a very, very special film for me. Directed by Sean S. Baker. We're following on Christmas Eve. We've got trans woman who is Cinderella, as you pointed out, Cinderella, who is a sex worker and just finished a 28-day prison sentence and is out basically to raise hell and destroy anyone who gets in her path.
And totally not cause drama.
I
promise I won't cause drama.
Meets up with her best friend Alexandra, who's also a transsexual sex worker at a donut shop in Hollywood, Central Hollywood. And it's the best way to describe this film is that it's a revenge film because
it's a Christmas revenge.
It's
film.
A Christmas revenge film because Alexandra tells Cindy that Cindy's boyfriend and pimp Chester has been cheating on her with a woman, and obviously this does not go down well with Cinderella. And despite promising not to cause drama, well, I think it just explains it to itself, that drama, exactly what happens. The best way to describe Tangerine is that it is energetic, frenetic, and it does not let up for 1 second. It's on for 88 minutes, and you feel your heart beating for most of it because it does not stop. It does not let up the pace. She's a bullet train of fury and vengeance and brilliant one-liners and put-downs and burns and just a generally great character. And the thing is, as well, it's really earnest.
Yeah,
as well
for a film that for the first sort of 10 minutes it's just non-stop. It just jumps so quickly. I mean, the 10 minutes at the start is pretty much the trailer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all the sort of big lines from the trailer, and then anything after that is kind of a bonus. We had walkouts in this one as well, an old couple.
Yeah.
This is not surprising. I can imagine they hated it.
No, there was some lines where you can imagine certain people just absolutely despising it, but it all fit with the characters.
But if they'd stuck around for the end, they would have seen that really sort of poignant,
it really did
tonal shift.
I think the second half is definitely better than the first half. Really, really good.
It really did feel like you were following real life characters, naturalistic dialogue. You didn't feel like you were following what?
Yeah, I'm just thinking there's some brilliant quotes in there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Some arguably vying with Whiplash for best burn of the century of the year. Sorry, it's brutal, but yeah.
There's the side plot as well with the Armenian taxi driver.
Yeah.
Who, after reading the little bit in Sight and Sound, I think it's him and who plays the stepmother. And I think his wife, they're really huge Armenian TV stars.
That's the other side plot while Alexandra and Cindy are in West Hollywood. It's Razmik, that's his name, an Armenian cab driver who's driving around his clients in Los Angeles trying to raise money for the girls' company, I guess that's the way to put it, while he's sort of going with his family on Christmas. And that's sort of where a lot of the pathos comes from as the film reaches its conclusion. And it just I don't really know why they put that in there. I guess to make it more sort of, I don't know, there's show the hubris of certain people down the food. I mean, it is the grit, as Joe was saying, it's the underbelly of LA. This is not the LA you imagine when you think of sort of the glitz and the glamour and sort of the bright lights of Los Angeles. This is not what you expect.
The tonal shift for the ending, I'm not saying that the ending's anything like it, but Eden, kind of the same way, it totally quite calmed down, and you had this sort of really nice tender moment, which it was a real sort of shock from what the trailer puts across.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Kitana Kiki Rodriguez, who plays Cindy's,
who is not an actress. It should be said. She kind of just got involved with the film, did some consulting on it, and then they were like, "You're perfect. You're amazing."
She's an absolute powerhouse. She barges through that film, and the soundtrack's pumping, and she's just waltzing along.
Honestly, I love the way this film sounded. I mean, it looks stunning, especially like I'm not even going to say for an iPhone, because I think some of the shots are really beautiful. The colours. I mean, it's California. It's not. Is it California?
Yeah.
It's got that lovely sort of orange kind of tone.
Because it still does look like a dream world, you know, like
orangey pinks that you kind of associate with like Californian postcards.
A really nice Californian palette.
And then like as you said, like such a fantastic thumping soundtrack.
Yeah.
Just the way that it matches those camera shots that swoop around it, like just got the constant like hammering like.
It really it doesn't let up. It's 88
intense.
minutes of just intense. You really do. Our reaction on the way, I was like, well, you know, just like try to catch our breath, because it does not let up for a single second of that runtime.
I'm so glad this didn't disappoint.
Yeah, my favourite Christmas film in a good few years as well.
Yeah. And we've got a few Christmas films coming up next week. We've got Krampus and The Night Before.
I'm looking forward to Krampus.
They're certainly more traditional Christmas films.
Yeah.
This, I think, when you can't tell it's Christmas, like essentially because it's lovely and sunny.
Well, you're in a Christmas jumper, so kind of.
No, I mean, you can
in the film,
but in the film, you can't tell that it's Christmas at all, because it's just so beautiful. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Tangerine is on. It's on this week, I think. I think it's on tomorrow night, at Saturday night at the Tyneside. Really, that's what you should go see this.
Is that the last showing?
It's one of them films that I think will be on rotation.
Yeah,
so as I've said with films in the past, like Taxi Tehran, they got a limited screen, and I think it'll be back. And if it is, we'll bring the news to you.
Absolutely.
It's well worth seeing. It's one of those films. It's another thing that you just think, I thought I'd seen it all, and then something else comes along.